So, talking of road position, on pole in this one, Dave Marshall. DM Racing 66 is on the inside. Kristaps Uzfils, the username. He works on the organising team for Rallycross in Latvia. This would make him a superstar, surely. Then we got Dorian Baptiste, Dibby04, who's in the middle of the grid. Dean Wilson Racing 92, starting from P4. And Bjorn Hackinson, the Stingray 11, will be starting from the outside. So far, the pole man has won both of these races with a good start and then sensible braking at turn 1. But, crucially, this is dry. And if you are going to make a move from somewhere else on the grid, this is the time to get brave on the brakes.
Yeah, exactly. I think we're going to see some really tight entries into this corner. I think they're all going to be on the absolute limit of this grip. It's dry. I'm sure that they've practiced a lot in the dry compared to the wet here, especially. And some Audi Quattros as well. We've got an Audi Quattro on pole.
Interesting. So we've seen most people choosing the Renault Megane. There's the Quattro in the middle. Sorry, yeah. So most people have chosen the Megane. All 5 in the last one, with the one Peugeot, didn't we? I like it. Good choice of livery as well. So on the inside then, say Dave Marshall. Here we are with Dave Marshall now. Uzfils next to him. Latvian flag on the side of the car. Can he go through to the final at the Autosport show? Ready to race light comes on centre of your screen. That's going to go out. Wait for the green. Last race in the semi-finals for Dirt 2.0 World Series. A long old hold on the lights. It's a good start on the inside for Dave Marshall. Coming down towards turn 1. Going to be late on the brakes. Oh, sending it round the outside. Can't quite make it work. Dave Marshall gets the whole shot. Bit of a contact there. Kristaps is going to be on the inside for turn 3. Going to try and hold on to P2. Kristaps feels, runs the car a little bit deep. Bit of contact again. Oh, loving the livery of Muller. Going to have a look up the inside. Kristaps has made a mistake. Can he hold on to P2? Carnage in the background here. Sideways, Wesley Wickens, I think, has come up. Oh, no! Kristaps has been spun round. Uzfils gets a half spin. Contact again over the jump. Well, there might well be an investigation into this one.
Is that bumper cars?
And he runs it deep again. So Uzfils has dropped back. The Stingray goes up the inside at the hairpin. And Uzfils goes from home hero to the back of the pack. Although I think I saw a spin on the inside there for Stingray on the way into the standard lap. So Uzfils straight to the Joker lap. Got some work to do now to try and make that time up.
He has, but I think that was a really sensible decision from him as well to take that Joker lap there. That was a last minute decision, as you know, he just kind of missed out on those corners going into it, but he's got to bring it back now, got to keep focused.
This is out front Dave Marshall, who is absolutely in the clear. And as I said earlier on, Katie, if it was me, I'd have a mate definitely telling me, looking at the feed, because you're not able to look back. You're sitting in that onboard view. You want someone to say, mate, you've got a massive gap. It's 2 seconds. Wind your neck in, you're all good. But look at this, tidy, so much more pace in the dry.
Exactly, and you know, it's from their point of view, all they're seeing is their camera from where their head would be in that car. It's a closed track, it's not the kind of track where you can see what's going on. There's barriers, there's armcos, there's all sorts of walls around you that stick out as well. So it's really you against the other cars that you can see just in your peripheral vision in this track.
Let's try and get a look at the gap. So Wilson Racing, Dean Wilson has jokered, goes 4.8 back, is now just 1.2 off the back of Dorian Baptiste. Dorian Baptiste hasn't jokered. Dorian Baptiste, you're looking now at Dibby04. That is Dorian Baptiste, who's taken the Muller livery. I have to say, that does look great, doesn't it?
Yeah, it looks awesome, doesn't it?
Yeah, really cool. One of the Ekstrom run cars that was. Did a couple of events in World RX and impressed on both outings. I think racing in Formula E now, if I remember correctly. So all the skills to go across the different categories. So Dibby04 with a little mistake there. You can see the car bogged just a little bit sideways, but look how much of the track, well, and more they use. They're using the grass to rotate the car on the way in.
Yeah, so this is a very different driving style to the one that we had in Germany. You know, Germany was very clean, very tidy. If you get off that line on the gravel, you're in trouble. But here, they're kind of using every single inch they've got. They're up the curbs, but you can tell they've put a lot of effort and a lot of practice into this track because they know exactly where they can cut and where the armco sticks out, because you don't want to be cutting there.
So Dibby04, 3.3 seconds off the back of DM Racing, which is Dave Marshall. Dave Marshall is in the clear. This is about Wilson Racing 92, which is Dean Wilson. Dean Wilson chasing down Dorian Baptiste. So Dorian Baptiste, who you are watching, we had that epic fight in the last of the semi-finals. So can he close that gap down? At the minute, the gap is 2.1 seconds. So Dibby has got 2.1. What was it last time? It was 1.7 and he lost.
Yeah, he did.
So 2.1 is either going to be super close or maybe enough.
Well, he even got it up to 2. Do you remember? It was 2 before they came over the finish, just before he took that Joker lap. So
2.1 might not be enough, and he makes a mistake there. Runs the car a little bit deep. Going to flick the car from the left to the right through turns 1 and 2 now. So Wilson Racing, what's the gap back? We're watching Dorian Baptiste, Dean Wilson chasing him down. Where is it? 4 points, 1.9. So 1.9 is the gap between P2 and P3. Dave Marshall here on an absolutely brilliant run out front. No mistakes from him so far. Now you're looking at Dean Wilson, who is on that chase for Dorian Baptiste in front. What's the gap? It's gone up to 2.1. So Dorian Baptiste is gapping Dean Wilson just a little bit. Dean in the way into the hairpin there, sideways. Got a whole nother lap to go. Is he going to go Joker early? No, he's going to hold on, and he makes a mistake.
No.
Dean Wilson's dropped it. Dean Wilson has dropped it. Usfield's up into P3, spins it on the entry, just a bit too much track and clattered the barrier on the way in.
That was literally using every inch of the road, and he just clipped it. I mean, it's
1 inch too many.
Completely on the limit, isn't it? This is proper motorsport now.
So here we go, Dorian Baptiste, the pressure is off. Does he know though, has he managed to figure out? He's 4.1 off the back of Dave Marshall. Usfields is too far back. We have seen mistakes, don't forget, as we saw a mistake just a moment ago from Dean Wilson, who was on the cusp of making it through to the final. But on this occasion, Dorian Baptiste has only got half a lap to go to make it.
He should do it, you know. Here we've got between P2 and P3, I think we've got 4 seconds now, so that's plenty of time for this Joker lap that's going to have to come in.
Here we go then, coming round the final corners. Dave Marshall with an absolutely brilliant performance. He's going to make it through to the final at home in the UK for the UK driver. The Autosport show goes through. We are now seeing DB04 coming over the line for P2, and Dorian Baptiste has made it as well. So Dorian Baptiste and Dave Marshall look like they're going through to the final. Dave Marshall unquestionably. Dorian, there's a puncture there. That's a shame. So that, I think that is, yeah, it is. It's Dean Wilson. So he's picked up a puncture on the rear left when he's hit that barrier, taken the tyre off the rim, and his hopes in tatters. He's going to try and finish the race anyway. Countdown timer at the bottom of your screen is how long he's got left to make it tonight. He's got 1 corner to go. Poor Dean Wilson. Brilliant performance, Dean. Unlucky there not to be fighting for a place in the final. He crosses the line to complete the final race of the semi-final stage of the Dirt Rally 2.0 World Series. This is the Rallycross section, and going through DM Racing 66, Dave Marshall, and in P2 Dibby 04, and that is Dorian Baptiste. So from P1 and P3 on the grid.